guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to jump straight into this trade. I made a great trade today and a great trade yesterday, both on AAPL, which is Apple. Today, after Apple jumped huge back a few days ago and then it's consolidated sideways for 3 days straight, I was waiting for it to either break back down to the downside or try to make a run and break out. Today it decided to break out. My breakout price was around $4.46. Once it broke above that price, Apple absolutely decided to soar. You can see here on the daily chart, Apple ran up the entire day and closed out $16.45 on the day. Pulled back a little bit the last 30 minutes and then tried to make another run. And the market wasn't even up all that much, especially this morning. So to see Apple run like this, it could potentially run higher tomorrow, but tomorrow's Friday, so I'm going to try not to get into any trades that could hurt me over the weekend. Try not to be greedy, try not to chase any stock that's already taken off. So I'm probably done trading for the week, but I just want to point out this trade and how I traded it. So once it broke above that key level of, what was our price? Once we broke 446.68. So if you go to today's chart, and we'll find 446.68. Once we broke that price level here, I would have entered this trade on some heavy volume, and it just kept gaining volume and gaining volume, gaining volume all day long. Never even broke the 13 period moving average until the last 30 minutes of the day and just absolutely soared. You could have made a lot of money on this trade. The other trade I want to talk about was my trade yesterday. That was also on Apple. You maybe heard of it before, I'm sure. It's a super common pattern, especially on a larger chart, but you can also trade them on daily charts if you're lucky enough to spot it, and that is the cup and handle. The cup and handle is a pattern that dips down in the U shape, and typically where it starts to come down, in order to classify as a cup and handle, it has to reach at or close to the price that it started to go down from, reach that price again, and then you get a small pullback and it takes off. So what happens is this makes a U-shaped pattern. It tries to take off and it pulls back. So the U-shaped pattern is your cup, the pullback is your handle, and then you need confirmation. So here's our second green candle on the 5-minute chart, and that's when I entered this trade. I stayed in this trade from about, I don't know, 438 to 440, making a $2 move, and I was able to make around $1,500, I believe, on this trade. So two good trades on Apple yesterday and today. And you know, tomorrow's Friday, so I'm not looking to enter any trades. I'm not looking to chase Apple after it's already ran up super far, and I don't know what's going to happen with it because there's a 4-to-1 split, and I don't really have the experience of trading stocks when they are about to split. So I'm kind of see what happens with that. So, but I will be still looking for trades for tomorrow, even though I most likely will not be making any trades unless I see something that I just absolutely can't resist and the market takes off tomorrow. But I had calls on Visa. I sold those today. Basically got stopped out on this trade. I was looking to swing trade Visa the last couple of days, and it ended up pulling back on me. I think it was down like $1 at one point, and when it was down and around $1, I ended up selling. Broke even on that trade because it had taken off yesterday. So I had 2 calls on Visa yesterday, and I sold one when Visa was up $4 or $5 a share. It pulled back toward the close yesterday, and then pulled back pretty much all day today until it decided to run up last minute and actually closed up positive 250. So I could have, made a little bit more money, but just after it was downtrending pretty much all day, I decided to get out of that trade. I also had puts on a BBV, which I will show you this trade right now and why I enter this trade. Right here, when I have this huge moving average crossover and the stock falls below, I'm looking to buy puts on it. and on heavy volume. So I entered puts on ABBV yesterday when the market was pretty weak, and was able to get a couple dollars out of it. And it dropped a little bit more today, and it started to flatten out this afternoon, and I decided to get out around lunchtime, and I was afraid it might turn around on me, and I wanted to at least take a gain on this trade. But that's just something I've been using recently, which is the 30 period simple moving average and a 13 period simple moving average crossover. So how this works is, if you look here on my stock scanning screen, back a few months ago, you can see where my shorter period moving average, which is the 13 SMA, crossed over my 30 period moving average SMA, and ABV took off. What I'm looking for is a crossover again on these two moving averages, but not back to back. You see here where they crossed back to back. I'm looking for an extended period of time where these moving averages did not cross and then a crossover. So you can see here for looks like a couple months probably, but these moving averages kind of stayed parallel to each other, and once they crossed over, ABVV became super bearish. And then once I saw this heavy volume, I was watching it, and what I typically see with this crossover pattern is it will break below both these moving averages after the crossover. It will actually go back up and test the 13 period moving average and then drop. And I waited for ABVV until yesterday after it tested the 13 period moving average, and then red day yesterday, so I entered this trade, and I was able to make a couple dollars on it. So I've actually been experimenting with a couple new things, and I'll be glad to share those with you as I learn, because this market's been crazy. My old way of trading just isn't working as good as it used to, because the market has been so choppy. But back in the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, I really had a great strategy, and after the virus, it just hasn't been working out because stocks have been so choppy and it's been hard, and I've been super hesitant to enter trades and super hesitant to even hold trades overnight. So it's been making trading pretty difficult for myself, and I just need to build that confidence back up. But last couple days made for some good trading, and hopefully next week brings some good news, and we can continue to push forward and make some money.